It's Week 12 of the National Football League. And up next are the Texans' veteran quarterback, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Texans and the Falcons on Thursday night primetime.
On a muggy night here in Houston, Texas, it's a perfect 72 degrees inside NRG Stadium. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can...
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game, was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy. He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. On 3rd down, Brissett.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
On 2nd, here's Algier.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Buying, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Christian Harris there, finding his way home to record the sack.
Well, some back teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Now on 2nd and 13, Brissett.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Brissett. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It got his man complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
To throw, Brissett.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
The Texans had 8-3 now. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence and they feel like they can continue to get better.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Brissett.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Brissett.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete. He's got some room to operate.
Touchdown!
Anthony Schwartz.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans are back within a score.
Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now.
Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 4.
Brissett sets to throw it. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley.
Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans. Here's Brissett. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. On 2nd and 10. Brissett, a quick throw, but incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Brissett. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away.
Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
And complete to Drake London.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
2nd quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And throw right side complete to Parker.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Falcons' 12-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett. He'll find Parker again. Complete.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
Again, it's Pierce. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A gigantic sack on third and goal. A loss of 12.
Butker's kick here is good.
And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're trying to get back on track following the loss to Buffalo a week ago. But the good news, they've got the lead right now here in the football 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, looked like he had a pretty good line on that. Well, that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first. Good strong throw and catch right there. So far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Brissett now. Throw left side complete. That's Parker. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Nico Collins
from 17 yards out.
And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Butker on for the PAT. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He completes this to Russell Gage. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Back to throw here.
Throw left side. There's London. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bit under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
That was their third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll set up a throw. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on the punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Texans will take over.
A first down throw for Brissett. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. O'Shane Ximines, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. After the sack on first down, Brissett
to Pierce. They set up the screen.
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a third and long. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
Falcon football.
At their own 44-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Success.
Lovie Smith, he's seen plenty of challenges in his time as a coach, and he's going to throw the red flag on this one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Back to throw now on first down.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 29, Brissett.
He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Jacoby was set in the offense, ready to begin their next drive.
He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his 3rd touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed,
snail's pace.
Snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They'll try to throw now. Brissett flushed out right.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brissett. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Texans. Devontae Parker, 60 yards. And the Texans have broken the tie. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned winning in a house call. But he got into it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. Let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers, or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Houston set to take over.
And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Emmanuel Mosley that time able to knock it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Brissett. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brissett, and this is incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
6 yards to go.
On third down, Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself.
Brissett on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. Back now here on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Brissett. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that.
First down, Brissett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This one left side caught by Collins. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing, Brissett. And that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Fourth down, Brissett. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Brissett to throw on first. It's complete to Parker, left side. And quickly, they get to the line. On play action, Brissett. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Brissett now. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th.
Open man there is Collins, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Brissett sets to throw it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Brissett under pressure. They got him again. O'Shane Ximines able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Brissett. He's going to let this one go deep.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now Brissett on 4th down. He's got a man, complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allow him to convert on 4th and long.
He's going to try and go deep again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Called out a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, Brissett. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Less than 2 to play with field goals separating these two sides. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And some room to roam now.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. first and 10. It's Patterson.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they will take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were really helped by